Hi everyone, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope all of you are having an excellent week. Students, in this class, we're looking at an IELTS Task 2 writing. In the IELTS exam, you have to write for about 1 hour. That has 2 tasks. Task 1 is 20 minutes, and Task 2 is about 40 minutes. Task 2 is an essay that's about 250 to 300 words approximately, and it's scored on the 9-band scale. Band 9 is an expert, nearly perfect essay. A band 6 is like a good high school level essay. So your goal is to get a mark that's at least 6 or higher for your university entrance and immigration purposes. For the general IELTS and the academic IELTS, Task 1 writing is quite different, but Task 2 is the same pretty much. So today, the Task 2 writing topic will be about running for health. So it's not about supernovae. That'll be our next week's reading. It's running. Is it healthy? And that's kind of the topic here for today's Task 2 writing. Welcome Salman, Hari Ariadna, Tashnuha, Abraham, Ugulhan. Good to see many students in the class. Hi Jack and Mary. Ziba, nice to have you here with me today. Students, this lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS, visit us there. For the general IELTS, check us out at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites. They power these live classes. They have much of the materials that we use in these classes. This is the academic website here with a blue background. To become a premium IELTS member, click the big red button here. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We are an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, and an IELTS test registration center. We help thousands of students every single day to improve their English and their scores for the IELTS test. MRVX, you're so super welcome for the help. Hi, Deborah. So students, for general IELTS, it's the green background. And again, all you have to do is click that big red button there. When you do that, you can use the discount code REACH9 for a 10% discount off the regular price there. It is a one-time payment. You get lifetime access, and then you get 2 extra premium Zoom classes each week. I already sent the link for this week's premium Zoom classes, so make sure to check those out. If you want to see what premium Zoom classes look like, just follow that link that I just dropped into the chat. And of course, you can get the apps from your app store. Search for academic IELTS help or general IELTS help in the app stores, and then click there and link to the websites. All right, if you have questions, just send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. Either one of those will work. Students, tomorrow we'll have a speaking class, and then for premium users on the 19th, we'll have a reading class, and on the 20th, we'll have a speaking class, okay? All right, so let's just get right into it. Let's jump into Task 2 writing. Arif, I see that you're asking if anybody would like to practice speaking with you. I encourage doing that. It's good. Just make sure you're responsible. Don't share personal information, but definitely a good place to find some speaking partners for your upcoming IELTS exam. All right, students, so Task 2 writing here. It's the last part of your sitting IELTS exam. By that I mean that you have your listening, that's about 40-50 minutes. Then you do a reading test, that's about an hour. And then you do your writing, that's another hour, or it starts with task 1. You should start with task 1, and then last 40 minutes is task 2. Aside from that, you'll have your speaking exam, of course, which will be a 15-minute interview done separately. All right. So you get to task 2. And the very, very first step, students, when you get to task 2 is you read the question carefully. So let's do that now. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Definitely do that. Definitely spend 40 minutes. Some people argue that regular running can be bad for health, while others feel that the benefits outweigh the negatives. What do you believe and why? Include explanations and examples from your own experience. Now, some of you know that I'm a runner. I like running, but it doesn't mean that you all have to like running. And maybe some of you think running's not the healthiest way to get fit or healthy. Up to you. In the IELTS exam, students, it's often a good idea to read the question twice. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of time, and you can have a much better understanding and make sure that you don't miss any important parts or misunderstand the question. So again, you should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Some people argue that regular running can be bad for health, while others feel that the benefits outweigh the negatives. What do you believe and why? Include explanations and examples from your own experience. Now, step 1. Deborah says, I used to be an athlete. Jack says, is this an advantage and disadvantage type essay? There's no such thing as an advantage disadvantage type essay, Jack. It's just a persuasive essay, and you have to focus on the question. I'll show you. Don't worry. You'll learn. Okay. There are advantages, disadvantages here. The question is, what do you believe? So this is the main question, obviously. What do you believe and why? And that's what you have to focus on. So this is a first-person opinion essay, if you're wondering. It's a first-person opinion persuasive essay is the format. Okay. It's a good question. There are 3 voices for the author. First person, I, me, my. Second person, you, yours. And third person, people, individuals. If you're not familiar with the voices of author, first, second, third person, and if you're not familiar with the different kinds of essays like persuasive, narrative, descriptive, expository, that's where you need to start. Again, students, to understand the basics of essay writing, I definitely recommend joining our premium course at aehelp.com, going to your My Student account, and then reviewing the full online course writing section lessons, where you will find this information, including the different kinds of essays like persuasive essays. So definitely go there and review what that means. Okay. A lot of students do not understand these kind of categories of essay writing, and that's not just a problem for the IELTS exam, but that's actually a problem for a college and university as well. Okay, so make sure to do that and do that in the course. Okay, so here you can have the persuasive essay description. Okay, all right. So for those of you wondering, this is a first-person opinion persuasive essay, is this essay type. Okay. All right. So your step 1 is paraphrase the question for deeper understanding and vocabulary building. All right. So let's paraphrase this. Paraphrasing means that you want to write this this question, in your own words. Okay? And so let's do that. Some people argue that regular running can be bad for health. Okay, so certain individuals propose that frequent jogging has adverse physical results, right? So this is a fancy way, but you can do it simpler ways. This is a fancy way to say this. So some people argue that regular running can be bad for health. That's basically what I wrote here. Okay. Simultaneously means at the same time. Simultaneously, others believe that the merits are more than the deficits. Okay, what is your opinion? And why? Okay, so that's kind of the rest of it here. So this is what I wrote here. Let's see if any of you are paraphrasing. I am looking at the chat, everybody. I have the chat right here, and I'm looking to see who's paraphrasing, and I can see some of you are. You can see here Abraham says certain individuals disagree that running daily is good for health, while others ascertain it has more positive effects than negatives. Do you agree with this statement? Yeah, that's a good way, Abraham. Ugulhan says certain individuals are in the belief, because it's a noun, not believe, in the belief that permanent running, not permanent running is like you never stop running, it's kind of weird, that frequent running is not good for health, and others take a positive feeling, and others are still well and connected here. YouTube seems to be having a bit of a hiccup. There we go. Okay, as long as everybody can see me still, that is fine. All right. Okay, Salman says some individuals discuss that consistent sprinting is different. Sprinting means quick runs. Okay, here we're talking more about like kind of long distance running. Sprinting is short distance. So students, just a little bit of vocabulary. Jogging, a slow, constant run with slight elevation of the feet. Running, a consistent medium paced run with moderate elevation of the feet. Sprinting, a fast run with high elevation of the feet and a long stride or wide gait. Okay, it's called. So jogging, running, sprinting. Jogging, running, sprinting. Okay. All right. Sprinting is full out. Usually like only for a couple hundred meters. Okay. Jogging or running can be for kilometers. All right. Okay, everybody's clear on that now. All right, so step one, you've paraphrased the question. Step two is identifying the topic. which in this case is running, and the controlling idea. Good or bad? Your opinion. Okay. So that's step 2. Okay, and this is very important. Now, when we think about this, we want to think about the what, why, how. So what is regular running? What do you think, students? In your opinion, what is regular running? So what would you consider to be regular running? Like if somebody runs regularly, how would you define that? And this is very important for good task 2. This is a tip here, everybody. Okay. I can go a little bigger on the screen here. Let's do that. Maybe I can go even a little bit bigger. Let's see. Yeah, maybe slightly. There. So you can see a little bit better. Okay. Juan Pablo says, how about like 40 minutes per day? Okay. Ugulhan says it's the action of staying healthy physically and mentally. I'm not sure if that's a good definition, Ugulhan, maybe. Juan says it's 40 minutes per day, every single day. Alexander says at the same time there is an opposite opinion that jogging is a very beneficial habit, especially for well-trained runners. Robert says it's discipline. Salman says a habit of jogging on a daily basis. Okay, well, maybe I'm a little bit older now, so my definition of regular running is 4 times a week for 40 minutes. And you can run about 8 kilometers if you do that. Let's say, roughly. Okay, so running 8 kilometers 4 times, yeah, it's pretty good. 32K a week. 125, 130K a month. That's good. Okay, so that's regular running. Why? To stay healthy, of course. That's why most people want to do it. Okay. How? So how does running help you to stay healthy? Everybody, what does it do? Okay. So how does running help you to stay healthy? What's your opinion? What does it do for you? It does a lot of things, I'm sure. And again, it's just a 250 to 300 word essay, so you don't need to list all of them. That might be a bit too much. But, okay, Juan says helps to lose weight, so burn calories, right? Yep, stay fit. Deborah says, Adrian, who's been running, I think it's kept him healthy. I ran a marathon this year, indeed. Yeah, so burns calorie. Regulates heart pressure. Yeah, so blood pressure. Cardiovascular health. Cardiovascular health means heart. Cardiovascular means your heart and circulatory system. What else? Well, I could tell you lots. I could tell you that it's one of the only ways to actually keep your endocrine system fit, because your endocrine system doesn't move around like your blood. It only moves around when you move around. It helps to keep your immune system strong. Discipline is also good. Keeps you disciplined, for sure. Good for your lungs, for breathing if you're running in areas with good air. Okay. Juan says it could be a good social activity as well. Okay. All right, so these are the how, and these are kind of already the positives, right? Okay, how about the negatives? How is running a negative? Okay, so some people will tell you that running's bad for you. Why do they say that? And there is truth to it, students. So Salman says it's time consuming. It can be, so it can consume time. Yeah. Okay. So impact on the knees. Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones, right? So knee and back injuries. So long-term running leads to knee, back, leg, and other injuries. And this is very true. You gotta stretch. Okay. It's what's called, and this is a little bit of learning here, is a high impact sport. Okay, the opposite, of course, is low impact sport. Okay. What's a low impact sport? High impact sport means that there's a lot of pressure. So there's a lot of pressure on the muscles, the joints, the ligaments. Okay. Yeah, so low impact sport, that's right. Alexander says chess is a low impact sport. Unless, Alexander, you're smacking the pieces with a lot of emphasis onto the chessboard, with a lot of affirmation. If you're like, knight to g4, bang, then it's maybe a high impact sport on the elbows. No, just kidding. It says chess is more of a board game, not a sport. Salmon poker, I'm not sure. But Ariadna says low impact sports are like swimming. Yes, low impact sport, swimming. Yeah. All right. So now I want to give my opinion, right? I'm going to go with a positive here. So my opinion. I'm going to go with positive for cardiovascular and mental health. Okay. All right. So now I'm ready to write my thesis statement. Now for task 2, everybody, the thesis statement is basically your argument. It's like your sentence that presents your argument, okay? It gives clarity and structure to your writing. So again here, the original question is, some people argue that regular running can be bad for health, while others feel that the benefits outweigh the negatives. What do you believe and why? Include explanations and examples from your own experience. Okay, now I paraphrase this, and I wrote that some people believe that running can have adverse, so it's here, certain individuals propose that frequent jogging has adverse physical results. Okay, so I'm going to just use that in my thesis statement, and then my opinion here, positive cardiovascular and mental health. So while some individuals may prove that running has certain adversities for physical health, I believe the positives of cardiovascular and mental health are greater. Okay. So this is my thesis statement. Have a good thesis statement, you'll have a good essay. Students, practice your thesis statements. Okay, always practice your thesis statements. Again, for those of you that are not sure about thesis statements, sign up for the premium version of our course. Go to your My Student account. Check out how to write a thesis statement in the course that I showed you in the writing lesson. look at the lesson videos, go to the writing lessons. These are all videos, pre-recorded, high definition, and then go to these task 2, or actually all of these are task 2 here, and learn to write a good thesis statement. Okay, so use the course, and for those of you who have access to the premium course, use it every single day so that you know how to write a good thesis statement. Not just for the IELTS, but also for university and college. It's really the key to good scores. Okay. All right. So this is my thesis statement. Now for the introductory paragraph. Okay. And I'll look at your thesis statement. So I see, Ariadna, that you have a thesis statement there. So I'll check that out. So the introductory paragraph has 3 parts. A lot of IELTS courses, teachers out there don't really teach correct strategy or correct structure for the IELTS essay. They try to teach some kind of a template, like just paraphrase the question and then write your opinion. That's not going to help you. That usually will go towards kind of a mediocre IELTS mark, like maybe a band 6. And when you get to college or university, it will be completely useless. Okay. In reality, an introductory paragraph has 3 parts. It has a hook, background, and a thesis. And now, thankfully, I do see that on YouTube and other places, a lot more teachers are finally starting to teach this correct essay structure. So that's a good change in the last 2 years. Okay. This is a standard English essay structure. So your hook is an interesting statement that includes the topic. So here it's running. Okay. For our example. All right. Write an interesting hook, everybody. Create an interesting hook. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll check out Ariadna's thesis because, again, everyone, I am looking at the chat here. And I see that Ariadna says, although there are some disadvantages of regular running, such as injuries and bad weather, I strongly believe that the advantages like accessibility and good impact on cardiovascular and mental health outweigh them. Outweigh the negatives. Yeah. Okay. Accessibility, like it's easy to go running. You just put some shoes on, you go outside. Yeah, I think that's an advantage of running compared to other sports. Ugulan says, some people tend to have a negative opinion of regular running. However, I agree that frequent running helps to prevent cardiovascular and mental illness, not health. Careful, Ugulan. You wrote the opposite. Very confusing. Illness, not health. Okay. Abraham writes, although, here, let me see. You can see it better this way. Abraham writes, although morning exercise like running 8 kilometers a day may lead to knee and back injuries, I ascertain that running regularly has merits such as mental health and blood pressure. Okay. Ariana says, running is for the hook. Ariana says, running is one of the top world's exercises. Ariana, running is one of the world's top exercises. Word order. Okay, careful. Deborah says, running is a good exercise that strengthens individuals. Juan says, hook? Question mark. Okay. Picard, to improve your writing skills, you need to understand the rules of standard English essay structures. You have to learn how to plan and think of answers to questions, like identifying the topic and the controlling ideas. And then Axmajan, I think, is asking how I can find vocabulary. You can find vocabulary by doing lots of regular reading. Okay. All right. Here's my hook. This is an interesting statement. I think that will capture the reader's attention. Humans are born to to run. How about that one? This is what I always tell people. Humans are born to run. It's a 5-word hook. There you go. Okay, just like birds are born to fly. But I'm not going to add that one, right? You could. Humans are born to run just like birds are born to fly. Yeah, I think people forget that. So if you don't run, it's kind of like a bird that doesn't fly. It's like a bird that's always on the ground going buck, 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 buck. And there are some birds like that. Like, I mean, look at the chicken. The chicken doesn't really fly, right? Kind of runs along on the ground. But most birds give it a go, right? Humans are born to run. Our physiology is designed for us to run. Okay. Yeah, you know what? We'll keep that part in there. Okay. Okay, so humans are born to run just like birds are born to fly. Now, the background, okay, so remember this was the hook. The next step is the background, okay? And the background is basically a definition, like what we're talking about, right? And we have that. So this is where all of that planning comes in handy. So regular running, remember this question, what is regular running? And we said regular running is running 4 times a week, 40 minutes, 8K. That was my definition. So running regularly 4 times a week for 40 minutes, roughly 8 kilometers. Has a significant impact on the individual. Okay. So here I basically just introduce the concepts, the definition, and what it is, right? And then here I have my thesis. So here's the hook. Here's the background. And here's the thesis. And again, this is not the Adrian method. This is just standard English writing explained clearly. Okay. So humans are born to run just like birds are born to fly. Running regularly 4 times a week for 40 minutes, roughly 8 kilometers, has a significant impact on the individual. While some people, I'm going to say people here, I don't want to repeat individual, may prove that running has certain adversities for physical health, I believe the positives of cardiovascular and mental health are greater. There we go. All right. So now we have a clear introduction that's going to get a band 9. Okay. And I do recommend students that you read your original question and then read the introduction. So some people argue that regular running can be bad for health, while others feel that the benefits outweigh the negatives. What do you believe and why? Include explanations and examples from your own experience. Humans are born to run just like birds are born to fly. Running regularly 4 times a week for 40 minutes, roughly 8 kilometers, has significant impact on the individual. While some people may prove that running has certain adversities on the body, I believe the positives of cardiovascular and mental health are greater. Deborah is asking, can I use the paraphrase as the background? Deborah, if your paraphrase is a definition of the topic and it shows the importance, then yes. But it's not just that simple. It's not like I'm just going to plug in the paraphrase and it'll be the background. It could work. but it's not always the best. You have to use critical thinking and evaluate how effective that is for answering the question. Hope that makes sense. Okay, now body paragraph 1 is point 1. So point 1 here is some adversities, but cardiovascular health. Okay. All right. So here I'm going to start with a negative, and then I'm going to go into the positive. So body paragraph students have topic sentence, explanation, example, and a connecting sentence. The topic sentence is basically that first point with a little bit more detail. Okay, so here we go. While it is true that running is an impact sport and can be harmful for joints. Joints are the parts of your body that connect, like your knees or your elbow joint. Okay, so while it is true that running is an impact sport and can be harmful for joints, the overall benefits to improving blood circulation and strengthening the heart are arguably more important. Especially in today's world. Who needs joints? You can sit in a chair later in life and just eat healthy food. All right. So this is my topic sentence. While it is true that running is an impact sport and can be harmful to joints, or for joints, the overall benefits to improving blood circulation and strengthening the heart are arguably more important. Okay. Explanation. Right, explanation. Doctors recommend at least 20 minutes of intense workout to elevate heart rate for longevity. Longevity means like a long life. And to avoid one of the leading causes of death, cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is a fancy way to say heart attack, okay? Indeed, I have been running regularly for this very purpose, and I feel that I have a strong heart, and I don't. Well, let's not use contractions in task 2. Do not fatigue during the day, like going up a flight of stairs. Okay. So there is my explanation and my example, because remember the question is asking include explanations and examples from your own experience. So you have to do that. Okay, they're looking for that in the IELTS when they write that. They want you to answer the question. So here the examiner's going, okay, they're answering the question. Right? Sultan says, when it comes to the issue of regular running, a significant number of people believe that there are many advantages, while a good number of individuals think that there are some disadvantages too. Okay, I'm not sure where you're going with that yet, Sultan. I totally agree. There are more benefits than drawbacks to running, such as cardiovascular and mental health. Okay, so that's kind of like, oh, that's kind of your introduction, right? Is that what you're saying? So see here, Deborah, this is a good example here. So Sultan is doing this. Okay, watch. Sultan, I'm going to use your example here, okay? So this is a very good comparison here, Sultan. Okay, so a lot of IELTS students will do this kind of an introductory paragraph. When it comes to the issue of regular running, a significant number of inhabitants believe that there are many advantages, while a good number of individuals think that some disadvantages are also to be considered. I totally believe that there are more benefits than drawbacks to running, such as cardiovascular and mental health. So a lot of IELTS students will write this kind of an introduction, okay, that Sultan wrote here. And you know what? The examiner will say, this is okay. And if you don't have any mistakes, then it equals a band 6.5. Okay? Because it's okay, and that's what a 6.5 is. A 6.5 is an okay introduction. All right? Now, if you want to get a higher band score, what the examiner is looking for is a great or excellent introduction. So they're looking for something like this. Humans are born to run just like birds are born to fly. Running regularly 4 times a week for 40 minutes, roughly 8 kilometers each time, has significant impact on the individual. While some people may prove that running has certain adversities on the body, I believe the positives of cardiovascular and mental health are greater. So this is almost the same as this, but look at how much more rich it is with content. And that's why the examiner is thinking, okay, that's a great introduction to this question. Okay, does that make sense? Asli Dinov, tomorrow we've got a speaking class for you at the same time, so come back for that then, okay? All right. Hopefully that makes sense, everybody. All right. So then we have body paragraph 1. While it is true that running is an impact sport and can be harmful for joints, the overall benefits to improving blood circulation and strengthening the heart are arguably more important. Doctors recommend at least 20 minutes of intense workout to elevate heart rate for longevity and to avoid one of the leading causes of death, cardiac arrest. Indeed, I have been running regularly for this very purpose, and I feel that I have a strong heart, and I do not fatigue during the day, like going up a flight of stairs. All right, now, connecting sentence, do I need it here? I don't think so, because I'm going from one positive to the next. Okay. Now, we get into body paragraph 2. And body 2 is simply point 2, and it follows the same structure as body 1. So point 2 here is some negatives, but the positive of mental health is more. Okay. Furthermore, is a good way to start when you have like a plus this important idea going on. Okay. Abraham says, got it. All right. Yes, I know Mustafa, who got a band 9 speaking from me. That's leading up, absolutely. Okay, here we go. So, furthermore, people, or some people, avoid running because they feel it consumes too much time and energy. However, those who run will claim, let's not change tense, okay? It's another important tip, everybody. In your writing, don't shift tenses, okay? So this is important. It's, again, technical, not my opinion. It's just standards of running. You should not shift verb tense in your writing, like from present to future. Okay, if you write your essay in present, stay in the present, right? Keep your thoughts, keep your argument in the present. So furthermore, some people avoid running because they feel it consumes too much time and energy. However, those who run claim that running provides a sense of discipline, mental health, and lends to more energy. Okay. All right. So let's explain that. Okay. And again, remember, students, visualize. So why is that? Why would regular running lead to discipline? Why would it lead to mental strength? Why would it lead to more energy? So this is, again, a deeper explanation and definition of the second thesis point, which is mental health. Okay, being greater than the negative. Okay. All right. So let's explain that. So when a person commits to running 4 times a week, come rain or shine, they develop mental fortitude and perseverance. Okay? And that's a beautiful part of running, right? You don't want to be just a fair weather runner. Oh, it's sunny out, I'll go for a run. Run in the rain. Actually, I prefer running in the rain myself. It helps me to stay cool. So when a person commits to running 4 times a week, come rain or shine, they develop mental fortitude and perseverance. Since I have been running regularly for nearly 2 decades, I find it much easier to concentrate and complete my tasks at work and at home than before. Okay. All right. So there you go. That's my second point, my second body paragraph explained. All right. Everybody still with me here? You're concentrating? Let me know if you got a question. Let me know, because here comes the conclusion, students. Okay. The conclusion, or the fourth and final paragraph in the 40 minutes, okay? So the conclusion should have the points restated, argument strengthened, and a take-home message. Okay? So the main points here are that the benefits are more for the body and the mind. Okay, so in conclusion, while running can have some negatives, the overall positives for the body and mind are more. Okay, now argument strengthened. All right, so I strongly believe, I'm just strengthening my argument here, that the advantages for the heart and concentration are worth the risks of running at least 4 times a week. Ultimately, and this is my take-home message here, everybody, ultimately, it is important to stretch and not overdo it. I'm just going to leave it with that. Okay? And everybody knows what that means, right? So, that's my take-home message. Now I have my essay. Let me see how many words it is. Right now I'm at, let's see here. Let's see how many words. What do you think, everybody? How many words is this essay? What do you think? How many words, roughly-ish? Okay. It's not, Abraham. It's 280. 282 words, Band 9 essay. Okay, and with all the instructions and discussions and reading what you wrote, it took me 53 minutes. So can you do it in 40 minutes with good practice, good thinking? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It's 282 words, Band 9, 53 minutes. But that 53 minutes, I spent at least half of it, if not more. I'd say probably more, like 30 minutes or something. But yeah, you write so fast. Well, you can too. Use some typing software to teach yourself to type quickly. Okay. Is it doable? Is 280 words in 40 minutes doable like this or something similar to get a band 7 or 8 with these steps? Absolutely. And don't forget, students, you don't need to write down all of it. If you're wondering how much I actually wrote during this lesson, the actual writing that I did here is 627 words with all of my talking. Okay, so there's 627 words there. Juster says, like, it doesn't look too difficult. Okay. All right, let's read the essay and the question together. So the question is, some people argue that regular running can be bad for health, while others feel that the benefits outweigh the negatives. What do you believe and why? Include explanations and examples from your own experience. Humans are born to run just like birds are born to fly. Running regularly 4 times a week for 40 minutes, roughly 8 kilometers, has significant impact on the individual. While some people may prove that running has certain adversities on the body, I believe the positives of cardiovascular and mental health are greater. While it is true that running is an impact sport and can be harmful for joints, the overall benefits to improving blood circulation and strengthening the heart are arguably more important. Doctors recommend at least 20 minutes of intense workout to elevate the heart rate for longevity. And to avoid one of the leading causes of death, cardiac arrest. Indeed, I have been running regularly for this very purpose, and I feel that I have a strong heart and I do not fatigue during the day, like going up a flight of stairs. Furthermore, some people avoid running because they feel it consumes too much time and energy. However, those who run claim that running provides a sense of discipline, mental health, and leads to more energy. When a person commits to running 4 times a week, come rain or shine, they develop mental fortitude and perseverance. Thank you, Bishu. That's awesome. Congrats. Since I've been running regularly for nearly 2 decades, I find it much easier to concentrate and complete my tasks at work and at home than before. In conclusion, while running can have some negatives, the overall positives for the body and mind are more. I strongly believe that the advantages for the heart and concentration are worth the risks of running at least 4 times a week. Ultimately, it is important to stretch and not overdo it. All right. Thank you, Bisu. Bisu, can you send me a testimonial, like an email that says, "Hi, I'm Bisu. I sent you the super chat. It was really cool." Okay, I'd love to see that. That's awesome. Thank you. All right. Students, that's the essay. Tomorrow we'll have speaking, and we'll actually practice through Zoom. So you'll have a chance to speak and get a band score estimate. Go to aehelp.com, everybody. Sign up for the premium package, glshelp.com for general IELTS students. That will get you into the premium Zoom classes on Thursdays and Fridays as well. Again, the websites look like this. This is the academic one here, aehelp.com. Click the big red button to join the premium version. For general IELTS, it's glshelp.com. Click that big red button and you're good to go. Again, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access. Hope you enjoyed that class, everybody. Keep up the good work. Read, write regularly, and learn standard English essay structures, both for the IELTS and for your future learning and work. I'm going to post this essay up on the YouTube posts. And look for it there later today, tomorrow. Have an awesome, awesome rest of the day wherever you are in the world. Much love to all of you. I'm Adrian, signing out from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada.